P.A.RODY here, multi-millionaire and philanthropist. Tonight, I'm here in Seoul, South Korea. That's right, I'm here in Korea to try and bring peace to the region, trying to make certain that North Korea and South Korea can reunite and their families can get back together after being separated through all these years of communism and dictatorships up north. So I'll be doing some philanthropy. That's why I'm a philanthropist. I am trying to improve the lives of my fellow human beings, doing my best. Of course, I'm also going to set up a bunch of sweatshops. The whole reason for bringing the North Koreans and the South Koreans back together is so I can get all those poor, starving North Koreans to work in my sweatshops, and they'll be very grateful. They've been having famines and starvation, all kinds of horrible things, and I feel terrible for them, so I'm going to be like a king to them. They're going to love me for giving them a job. Yes, it'll be a sweatshop, but it's better than starving to death. They'll be semi-starving. So I say, semi-starving is better than total starvation. So wish me success with my plan to bring the two Koreas back together on this fine peninsula, the Korean Peninsula. Now I'm staying here at the Hilton in Seoul. Once again, I've got a nice view and I've got a nice room. As you can see, it's spacious, it's wonderful. So as you could see behind me earlier, you're looking out at downtown Seoul. Seoul is the capital and the largest city of South Korea. As a matter of fact, Seoul is one of the biggest cities on the entire planet Earth. It has a population of well over 10 million people. So it's probably in the top 10 of the largest cities on Earth. And boy, I just rode in from the airport, Incheon International Airport. It was about a 1-hour drive, and whew, it's one gigantic city. High-rises with people living in them as far as the eye can see. But I'm in my Hotel the Hilton, and you can see Seoul Tower behind. That's a big observation tower, and as you know, I always want the best view possible for you, John Q and Susie Q public. So I'm going to be going to the top of Seoul Tower, and I'll show you that view. And I do this for free. I don't charge you. I pay the money to go to the tops of these towers all over the world, so I hope you appreciate what I'm doing. I'm risking life and limb to go up there, because who knows, it could fall over, and I'd be in it when it happens, so hopefully that won't be the case. So I'll show you that in this episode, and you're going to enjoy what you see of Seoul. It's a city that has a lot of soul. Get it?
You might have heard about Beyonce's secret wedding. Well, she didn't marry that one guy, she married me. She just kept on pestering me and I finally had to give in. I left my wife and now Beyonce is Mrs. Rody number 7. We're honeymooning here in Seoul to avoid the American paparazzi. So we're gonna go have lots of hot steamy sex in this very hotel right here. The spirit of this 15th century warlord still haunts the city of Seoul. So you have to show caution as you're wandering around the city streets and the markets and especially the temples. The soul of this warlord really loves hanging out.
So there's the ancient palace. This is the heart and soul of Seoul. This is where the history begins. So we're gonna go in the palace and check it out. Hope they don't behead me or something.
President Truman is buried here. President Nixon wanted to be buried here, but he was just too damn controversial. Now then, Alan Alda will have the great honor of being buried here when his time comes, because the people of Korea worship Alan Alda since he started MASH, and he brought the whole Korean conflict into the mainstream, made everybody aware of the suffering that the Koreans had to endure. So let's all hear it for Alan Alda. And another person who's going to be buried here, whether he likes it or not, is David Soul, who played Hutch on Starsky and Hutch. David Soul has no choice in the matter. They're going to kidnap his body if they have to bury him here in Seoul. So don't give up on us, David Soul. Just across the border is North Korea. And now, when you're walking around here, you see all these colorful, beautifully refurbished temples. it kind of makes you forget that there's a famished nation up ahead. But as I said before, there's a starving country, North Korea, being run by a nutcase dictator by the name of Stewie Griffin. He is so damn evil. Not only is he starving all of his people, but I hear he has a dog named Brian that he's going to be eating for dinner later, just to mock all the starving people in his country.
So there is Seoul right behind me from this overlook, from this huge hill in the middle of the city. But that's not all, because we're going to the top of the observation tower for an even better view. That's what I do for you, my viewing public.
Tom Cruise used the Eiffel Tower to propose marriage to Katie Holmes, but he came here to Seoul, and he's using Seoul Tower to propose divorce from Katie Holmes. The reason is simply because he found out she's madly in love with me. She and I have been having a torrid affair for years and years. She never got over me. So once I finally dump Beyonce, then it's gonna be Katie and me. The founder of the Scientology movement has nothing on me. The P.A.RODY empire is far more powerful than those damn Scientologists.
I've come across time for you, anywhere that it may lead me to, any time in history, wherever the future may be. I'd come across time for you. Take every dream that spans from the dawn of time till tonight. I feel the fire behind every dream in time as I hold your picture oh so tight. In times of peace, I'll be there. In times of war, I don't care. In the darkest hours of the human race, I'll be there. Any point in time and space. I'd leave my own world behind to be beside you in your time, far away.